Hi everyone! In this tutorial, we will be discussing further study actions in the eIRB. The first half of this PowerPoint, we will discuss how to create a further study action for approved studies. In the second half, we will discuss how to locate the further study actions in eIRB2. The first couple of slides will discuss how to create a further study action in eIRB for approved studies. So first we want to define what a further study action is. All study actions on an approved study fall under the umbrella term further study actions. This includes continuing review, progress report, changes in research, protocol event, emergency use, and termination reports. You can submit as many protocol events as necessary at the same time. For all other FSA types, only one of that type may be in process at the same time. If more than one FSA has been created for a single FSA type, for example, 2 changes in research, all duplicates must be withdrawn by the PI before the FSA can be submitted for IRB review. You can have 2 different FSAs in process at the same time. For example, you can have 1 change in research and 1 continuing review submission in at the same time because they are 2 separate categories. You can see on the right-hand side in the picture, we highlighted a change in research and a continuing review. To create a further study action, you will start on the eIRB homepage. On the left navigation bar, you will select My IRB Studies. Then you will select the Approved tab on the Investigator home screen. From there, you will scroll down to New Applications section. Once you scroll down, you will select the currently approved study that you wish to create a further study action for. After you click the approved study, that will open up the application workspace. Once you are in the approved application workspace, on the left-hand side, you will notice the category Current Activities. Toward the bottom of the list under Current Activities, please locate the Create Further Study Action button. Once you have located it, click Create. Once you selected the Create Further Study Action button, from there you select the type of further study action to be created and you select the button Continue. Please note that you can only select one FSA at a time. Once the FSA has been created, you can return to the screen following the previous steps to select a different type of FSA. In this slide, we will show a quick tutorial from the eIRB homepage how to get to the Further Study Action button of an approved study. On the left-hand side, you will notice we are under My IRB Studies. We'll locate the Approved tab and click on it. And once that loads, please make sure to select the appropriate approved study you are wishing to create a further study action for. Once you locate it, click on the name of the application. Once that loads, on the left-hand side, under Current Activities, make sure to scroll down the page until you see the Create Further Study Actions button. And when you locate it, you can click on Create. After that button is clicked, you will notice that you are under a Create New Submission. For the further study action, remember that you can only select one at a time. You can make a change in research, a continuing review or progress report, an adverse event, emergency use, or termination report. After you only select one, make sure to click the Continue button. In the remaining slides we will show you how to find your further study actions that you have created. Once your FSA has been approved, find the parent application under your Approved tab in eIRB to take a look at the FSA. If the FSA has never been submitted to the IRB, it will also be under your Researcher Prep tab. If you have submitted the FSA to the IRB and have not yet received your approval letter, it will also live under the In Process tab. Once your approved parent application is opened, scroll about halfway down and find the tab that says Further Study Actions. Once the Further Study Actions tab opens, you can see any FSAs that are associated with the application number. For example, in the picture provided, you will notice that a change in research has already been approved for the test application, and that there is also a change in research in the Researcher Prep tab. There is also a continuing review or progress report in the Researcher Prep tab at the same time. FSAs will create their own separate application numbers. For example, changes in research application numbers start with CIR, and continuing review starts with CR. You can click on the FSA you want to look at, and you can see the current state as well. Below in our example, you can see that the current state of the test application is approved. Please note that the IRB cannot search by the FSA application number, and that you must always provide the original IRB or NA application number, which is the parent ID, if you contact the IRB with questions. In this tutorial, we will show you how to locate the further study action from the eIRB homepage. Make sure you are under My IRB Studies. From there, you will locate the Approved tab and select it. Once the Approved tab opens, make sure to select the correct application that you have already gotten approval for in order to find that FSA you created. In the Application workspace, you scroll down about halfway and locate the Further Study Actions tab. You click on the Further Study Actions tab. Once it loads, scroll down about halfway or toward the bottom of the page, and you will locate any further study action you have created. In this example, we have a change in research, but you may also have a protocol event, continuing review, termination report, emergency use, anything that you may have created for that application.